to our kitchen. Today on Sunday Dinners with Tina, we're diving into a flavorful dish that combines the richness of duck with the heat and freshness of green chilies and tomatillos. This recipe is actually what I used a few years ago when my husband and I tried our hand at chili cook-offs. So let's get ready for a tantalizing green chili with duck extravaganza. So let's kick things off with the ingredients. Of course, what we need first is one whole duck. Now, I've cut this in half, but this dish actually calls for the whole duck. Okay. Now, then you need 24 ounces of sal verde, 3 medium poblano peppers, about 5 serrano peppers, a half pound or a pound of pork belly. You're going to grill this or pan fry it and dice it. Okay? And then we're going to also need some pork longanisa, which is Filipino sausage. You can use any sausage you want. I've done chicken sausages or sausages with ghost peppers, depending on what you want to taste and how hot you want it to be. Okay, and we're also going to need at least five green avocados chopped in bite-sized pieces. Okay. Now, and then we're going to need 4 cups of broth, chicken broth, half a cup or 1 cup of coconut milk. And we're also going to need about 20 tomatillos. These are, you can get this actually from Albertsons or Walmart even. And so we just need this, about 20 of them, and chopped in bite-sized pieces. Okay? We're also going to need 2 large onions, diced, 6 or 8 tablespoons of minced garlic. Now again, it depends on your taste. I actually love garlic, so I put as much garlic as I can. I can get away with. So, but if you don't really like the taste of garlic, you can use less, or you can use more if you want to. That's fine too. Okay, now for the marinade, and this is just a simple marinade. It's just a cup of soy sauce, a cup of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of, well, I use calamansi, or I would love to use calamansi, which is Filipino lime, or you can use lemon also. And then you need 1 cup of onion, or 1 onion chopped. Depending on, it just depends. This is just a marinade, so it just depends on your taste or on your preference. Okay, and then a 1/4 cup of minced garlic again. Now, you can also put a 1/4 cup of molasses if you want to. This Filipino barbecue is actually fairly sweet, so you can use molasses. Excuse me. Molasses if you want to. If not, those of you who are diabetic like me, you can skip them. Okay, and then you can also add to that. You can add Sprite or 7-Up or Mountain Dew, and because this is just a marinade. Okay, so you're marinating that your duck. You're pouring that in your duck for about 24 hours. Okay, before you cook the duck, because we're going to deep fry the duck. All right, so that's our marinade. All right, so those are our ingredients. So we're going to move to our chopping board. We're going to get ready to get all of our ingredients prepped. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, so first we're going to prep our green chilies. Now you can roast these, your poblano peppers, over a flame or in the oven until the skin is charred like this. Once they're nicely roasted, place them in a bowl covered with plastic wrap to steam for a few minutes. Okay, that will make it easier to peel off the skin. See, now we're going to peel off the skin like so. And that was the whole point of the charring of the skin. So it's easier to peel off. Okay, we can peel this off like so. And then we're going to take out the seeds. Okay, that's the skin. You can also rinse it. Just get all that charred skin off. Rinse our board. And then just cut this in the middle or slice it in the middle to get to the inside. And as you can see, there's a lot of seeds. So we're going to take that out. Okay? I'm going to take out the seeds. Okay, so this is prepped and ready for slicing. And we're just going to mince this. As you can see, it's already soft because we've roasted it and steamed it for a few minutes. Okay, so we're just gonna cut this into pieces and set this aside. Okay. Now, these are your serrano peppers. You can use other peppers that are hotter. You can even use ghost peppers if you want. In the Philippines, you have a pepper that's called siling labuyo, which is very hot. It's kind of like, I can't remember the name of the chili here. It's like jalapeno, but small. So you can use jalapeno too if you want. But we're going to cut this into pieces and set this aside. Okay? Okay. Now we're going to move on to our avocados. Now, I'm going to show you how to prep your avocados. Just cut this in half by slicing it in half around the pit, like so. And then the pit, just hit it with your knife and twist. And that will get your pit out. Okay. Okay, and then to take this off, it's actually very easy. Just run your spoon or knife under the the fruit, the avocado. By the way, I called it fruit because I know in the United States this is a vegetable, but in most of Asia, avocado is actually a fruit. So you just run your knife or your spoon across the flesh, and voila, that's it. You have your avocado. So it's fairly easy to do once you get the hang of it. Okay, now we're going to mince this or cut this in bite-sized pieces. Like so. Now, I like my avocados ripe whenever I cook it. I like it very ripe when I eat it as fruit. But for this chili, you can have avocado that's just a little bit firm because it's going to soften in your chili. Okay, so just cut this in bite-sized pieces, like so. Set that aside. We continue to prep. Okay. All right. Now for our duck, for our marinade, we're gonna marinate our duck, and this is a fairly easy marinade. It's basically just soy sauce. So you're gonna need about a cup of soy sauce, a cup of apple cider vinegar, a half a cup of lemon, 1 onion chopped, a quarter cup of minced garlic, and a quarter cup of molasses. That's optional if you want it a little bit sweeter. Okay, so we're gonna put it in the bowl and add our duck to it. Again, this is gonna marinate for about 24 hours. The longer the better. Usually when I barbecue anything or marinate anything, I like to marinate my meat for about a week. So you just put it in your marinade, put it in the fridge, cover it, put it in your fridge, and leave it there for about a week. And that way, your marinade will actually seep into your meat really well. Okay, so we're going to cover this and put it in the fridge. Okay. All right, and then as we continue to prep, cook your sausage. In this case, I have what we call longanisa, which is Filipino sausage. I love this sausage. But you can use any sausage you want. You can even use chicken sausage if you want. If you want it to be healthier. So cook it to your preference. Again, this is going to be in the chili, so it's going to slow cook in the chili, so it doesn't really have to cook too much. Okay, so and then cut it into pieces, bite-sized pieces. Okay, and then we're going to take our pork belly, now this is about a half a pound of pork belly. You can use as much as you want. You can use a pound if you want, and then cut it into slices like this, like so, kind of like bacon. and then slice it lengthwise again. We're going to essentially mince this. That way it will be distributed evenly into our chili. Now I know a lot of people are going to be worried because this is pork fat, so, but I'm Asian, so I like pork fat. So if you don't want to use pork fat, you don't have to actually use this. You don't have to add this if you don't want to. Make it a little bit more healthier. Okay, so we're just going to cut this into pieces, or essentially mincing it. Like so. Okay. All right, and set that aside. Okay, and then we're going to move this, and we're going to process our chili now into our food processor. So into your food processor, we're going to pulse our salsa verde. And again, this is 24 ounces. Just pour that into your food processor. And then, now, depends on how much you want to make. You want to mince these also. These are tomatillos. You can get this from any store. Like I think my husband got this from Albertsons. So, and since you're pulsing this, we're just gonna roughly cut this or mince this. Okay, like so. It just depends on how much sauce you want to make. So essentially, I think I have about 20 of these, of the little tomatillos for our pan. Okay, so just cut it in little pieces like that. Again, if you want more, you can add more. And we're going to add this to our food processor, our salsa ready. Okay. And we're going to pulse this. Okay. Okay, we're gonna see if it's not completely cut up, it's fine. It's still a bit chunky, which is fine. Because then it's going to cook into our chili. So we're going to switch into our induction cooker now and get ready to get our chili going. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so now we're getting ready to saute and get all of our ingredients together. Okay, so first we're gonna saute our onions. So we're gonna add a little bit of EVOO into our pot. Saute your garlic first. So your garlic doesn't burn. Add your onions. Just saute this until your onions are translucent. And then to this, we're going to add a duck, chopped sausages or longanisa, or your cheese sausages, whatever sausage you like to use. And our pork belly, or chopped pork belly. Saute that for a bit. Now to this, come all together quickly. We're going to add our prepared peppers and tortillas. There you go. Then we're going to add a little bit of chicken broth, about a half a cup of chicken broth, 2 cups. Okay. And then we're going to add just a little bit of coconut milk to this. Just to give it a little bit more richness. About a quarter to a half a cup. Okay. And then we're going to add to this, we're going to add our chopped avocados. And you have my award-winning green chili with duck. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sunday Dinners with Tina. Be sure to try